1. Practice dichotomy of control. This principle distinguishes between what is and isn't within our control, urging us to focus our energy solely on the former. This seemingly simple concept can profoundly transform our approach to life's challenges, reducing anxiety and fostering a deeper sense of peace and resilience. So what exactly is within our control? According to Stoicism, it's primarily our own actions, reactions, and judgments. Our thoughts are our responses. These are the arenas where we have agency. Everything external, be it whether the actions of others or global events, lies outside our direct control. Marcus Aurelius consistently emphasized this point in his Meditations, noting that becoming upset or disturbed by things outside our control is not just futile but counterproductive to our well-being. Practicing the dichotomy of control is not just futile but counterproductive to our well-being. Practicing the dichotomy of control starts with this realization: while we can influence external events, we cannot control them entirely. The Stoic learns to accept this fact not passively but as a liberating truth. By focusing on our own actions and letting go of our attachment to outcomes, we can maintain our tranquility and effectiveness regardless of circumstances. This doesn't mean we become indifferent or detached from the world. Instead, we engage with it more constructively, channeling our efforts where they can actually make a difference in daily life. Applying the dichotomy of control means asking ourselves, is this within my control, before reacting to any situation. If it's not, the Stoic practice is to let it go and move on. This is easier said than done. Of course, it requires practice, mindfulness, and the occasional reminder to ourselves of what truly lies within our sphere of influence. Moreover, this practice has practical implications for how we set goals and expect outcomes. While we strive to achieve our goals, tying our happiness or self-worth to the realization of outcomes determined by myriad external factors is setting ourselves up for frustration. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to find satisfaction in the pursuit itself, in our adherence to our values, and in the effort we put forth. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers did not promise a life without challenges. Instead, they offered a strategy for maintaining inner peace and dignity regardless of life's highs and lows. By practicing this principle, we not only enhance our own lives but can also influence those around us through our example of calmness and resilience in the face of life's inevitable uncertainties. 2. Never play the victim. This concept involves a profound understanding of personal responsibility and the Stoic commitment to self-mastery rather than succumbing to a victim mentality where one sees themselves as a passive recipient of life's hardships. Stoicism encourages us to seize control over our perceptions and reactions. This empowerment is central to the Stoic belief that our happiness and peace of mind are determined more by our internal state than by external events. The idea here isn't to deny the difficult less or injustices that one might face, rather it's about shifting the focus from what happens to us to how we respond to what happens. Aurelius believed that every external event comes with a choice. How will we let this define us? By refusing to play the victim, we reject the idea that our emotional well-being is at the mercy of external circumstances. This is a liberating realization that opens the door to greater personal growth and resilience. In practicing this principle, we start by observing our habitual responses to challenging situations. Do we immediately look for external factors or others to blame? Do we spend our energy complaining about the situation rather than addressing it? Changing these patterns isn't about suppressing our feelings, but rather about understanding them more deeply and redirecting our inner goals more constructively. It involves acknowledging our pains and disappointments while also recognizing our capacity to move forward despite them. Moreover, this Stoic teaching encourages us to see every obstacle as an opportunity to practice virtue and strengthen our character. This perspective is fundamentally proactive and empowering. It transforms potential feelings of helplessness into moments of choice where we can assert our agency. Each challenge becomes a test of our commitment to our values and an opportunity to demonstrate fortitude, perseverance, and resilience, qualities that define the Stoic ideal. By never playing the victim, we embody the Stoic ideal of emotional independence. We develop an inner fortress of calm and equanimity from which we can engage with the world more fully and freely. This doesn't mean becoming emotionless or indifferent, but rather achieving a state where our happiness isn't easily disrupted by the ups and downs of life. In this way, we live not at the whim of our circumstances, but in alignment with our deepest principles, regardless of what life throws our way.